Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear students, and welcome back to a new lesson. Your teacher is Mr. Sabraz. Today's lesson is Unit 4, You Are What You Eat. That is the grammar lesson, page 56 and 57. So open your Mega Ball 4, students book at page 56 and 57. The aims of this lesson: to learn new grammar, that is phrasal verbs. To learn phrasal verbs. Separable and non-separable phrasal verbs. Separable and non-separable phrasal verbs. Three-word phrasal verbs. Then we have three aims. First thing is to learn phrasal verbs. Separable and non-separable phrasal verbs. Three-word phrasal verbs. What are phrasal verbs? What are phrasal verbs? A phrasal verb is made up of a verb plus a particle. So it's made up of a verb plus a particle. What is a particle? A particle is a word that is used as an adverb or a preposition. It can be an adverb or it can be a preposition. So a particle is an adverb or a preposition. The particle gives the verb a different meaning. When we add a particle to the verb, we have another meaning, a new meaning, a different meaning. One verb can be combined with different particles to create different meanings. So every time we add a particle, we add a new particle to the verb, we have a new different meaning. For example, didn't you like the dinner? Didn't you like the dinner? You only picked at it. You only picked at it. So pick at means eat without enthusiasm. Eat without enthusiasm. My sister picks on me for being a vegetarian. The verb picks on. So it's a phrasal verb. Pick on means tease or bother. Yes. We need to pick out a restaurant for the celebration. We need to pick out a restaurant for the celebration. Pick out means choose. When you pick up a gallon of milk on your way home, pick up means buy or get. So the verb pick. The verb pick. Every time we add a particle, we have a new meaning. Pick at means eat without enthusiasm. Pick on means tease. Pick out means choose. Pick up means get or buy. Let's move to another point, that is separable and non-separable phrasal verbs. Some phrasal verbs are non-separable. Some phrasal verbs are non-separable. The noun or pronoun always follow the particle. Always follow the particle. I can say, I ran into Janet at the supermarket, but I can't say, I ran Janet into. That's incorrect. I ran into her, but I can't say, I ran her into. I ran her into. So, the phrasal verb here in non-separable. Non-separable. We can't separate them. We can't separate them. Okay. Some of the non-separable phrasal verbs are call for, come across, come from, go on, look into, ran into, tire of, and turn out. And turn out. Many phrasal verbs are separable. A noun object can come after the particle. The chef cut up the steak into small pieces. A noun object can come in between the verb and the particle. It can come in between the noun and the verb and the particle. So I can say, the chef cut the steak up. Cut the steak up. So the stick here come in between the verb and the particle into small pieces. If a pronoun object is used, it must come between the verb and the particle. It must come between the verb and the particle. So that's chef. Cut it up. Cut it up into small pieces. Some of the separable phrasal verbs are burn off, cut up, figure out, fit in, give up, point out, put on, send back, take off, take out, talk over, tell apart, think over, throw away, throw out, turn down, turn into, wake up, and whip up. Here are some exercises that may consolidate what we have learned. In this one, letter A, complete the sentence with the particle from the box. We need to use one of these particles. Some of the particles can be used more than once. We can use one of the particles more than one time. Let's move to the exercise. My sister has gone. What do you think? Has gone to? Has gone what? Too many crazy dates. So, on. My sister has gone on too many crazy dates. And go on means to begin and then continue. Begin and then continue. Let's move to number 2. Last month, she was on a diet that called her to eat almost nothing but grapefruit all day. So, called for. And call for means require. Call for means require. They take weight quickly. They take care, weight and space quickly. Take off weight. Take off means remove. Also take off means take off clothes. Yes. Let's move to number 4. But a few weeks later, my sister always seems to put the weight on. Put on weight means to gain weight. Yes. And the diets were making her tired and weak. I pointed this space to her last week and we took. So I pointed this out. And point out means indicate. And took my concerns. Talk over means discuss. We talk over means discuss my concern. I asked her to figure out, and figure out means find an answer or solution for the problem. Figure out a better way of losing weight. She thought over, and think over means consider. She thought it over and agreed to give up. Give up means stop doing. To give up the crazy dates. She's going to look into. Look into means investigate. Look into more sensible diets. And she's going to try to burn off. And burn off means to cause to go away because of heat or activity. Yes. To burn off calories with more exercise. Let's move to exercise B. Rewrite each sentence with a pronoun, then circle S if the phrasal verb is separable, or NS if it is non-separable. We came across a great recipe. We came across it, so it is non-separable. Number 1, I'm going to send back this food. I'm going to send back. Send back. Send back is separable. Yes. Most people can't tell apart a yam from a sweet potato, so it is separable. Tell apart. Number 3, you need to throw out the moldy cheese. Throw out is separable. Yes. I never tire of chocolate. Tire of. Tire of is non-separable. Non-separable. We can't separate them. Tire of. Wake up, Gina, for breakfast. Wake up. Wake up is separable. I never turn down dessert. I never turn down dessert. We can say I never turn dessert down. That is separable. That's all for today. Thank you very much for listening and goodbye for now.